streamed this from YouTube and Facebook, but it wouldn't let me. So here I am on YouTube. So let's get right into it. This live is going to be on the full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus. And so it doesn't matter what your zodiac sign is, every single person on the planet will be experiencing this energy. Now, of course, it's going to take form in different areas of our life, but we will all feel the energy strongly. Okay, now this is a partial eclipse, so it's not a full, it's not a the strongest eclipse in the world, but it is still definitely going to pack some power. So if things are a bit turbulent or if things are a bit crazy, then you know why. Just some, I guess, ground rules of this full moon I want to lay out is that you do want to be careful, okay? Even though this is a full moon lunar eclipse that does bring with it um, a lighter energy, because Taurus ultimately wants you to live. Taurus wants you to express and experience this. Your time on Earth as happy as you possibly can. But with that being said, it is still an eclipse, and an eclipse is a very, very powerful time. It's a dangerous time as well. So we all have to be very careful. And yeah, so this is not where you want to risk it all. This is not the type of energy to where you want to get extremely drunk. I don't really suggest being intoxicated at all under energies like this. It's just not productive. Okay, so now let's get into some channeled messages, you all, of this lunar eclipse. So one of the first things that came to me within this energy that we're going to be experiencing, and the lunar eclipse takes place, if you're in Central Standard Time, this will be around 11:12, well, around 11 p.m. If you're on the East Coast, this will be, what is it? It's coming in at around 1 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, give or take, put it to your time zone. But you'll be feeling it the 18th and the 19th and even afterwards, okay? But this is when it's the strongest. For me, excuse me, I have been drinking a lot of water. It is very necessary, in my opinion, to stay hydrated around times like this, because the energy is just so strong. And I find myself being very weak, or very, not weak, that's not a good word to use, but just tired and just more on the I need to rest side of things. So you might be feeling it too. Keep in mind, Taurus is all about relaxation and comfort and the things in life that make this experience fun. Now, with that being said, Taurus also rules things like the earth, gardening, our value, what we value, how we bring that and present that to the earth. And so it was a strong energy that kept coming through of honoring yourself and the feminine energy being restored. So there is this frustration with under this full moon lunar eclipse of not being able to put yourself in situations that bring the highest quality of worth into your experience. And this energy is also telling us to stop shooting so low. If someone else can have it, you can too. This is really pulling you into the depths of your soul and asking you, what is it that you want to send out to your fellow brother and sister? What is it that you want extremely for yourself? And how can you bring that or bless the world with that as well? Okay, now, it's, of course, this is an eclipse, so the more dangerous side of this can be, volcanoes, earthquakes, things like that. Which obviously I'm putting positive energy out there that everyone will be safe under this influence. A high emphasis on what it is that you eat, what you indulge in, where in your life do you need to be more moderate. This energy is also going to rebalance your spending. For some people, it will be putting money in your pocket. For most of us, it will, and for others, it will be showing you where you have where you need to slow down. Okay, where are you spending too much? There will be some unexpected events where money is going to have to be spent, and if that's the case, go with the flow, do what needs to be done. But it's not the time to like overindulge in like red bottoms and expensive purses. The thing about this energy is it's trying to bring us back to natural beauty, natural ways of feeling good about ourselves without always needing to buy this and that, if that makes sense. And it's not to say blessings won't be here. This is a very, very blessed energy. It is one to where your dreams can come true. What you wish for could actually happen. But there's another side to this that is very rebellious, that is very much of like a revolution. And so pay attention to where in your life there will be a forced revolution, because that came through really strong for me. And how can you make that turbulent experience something beautiful for you? Um, and I'm being shown like hands with it looks like light coming out of them. So maybe some of you all out there need Reiki healing, or some of you are healers, or some of you need to heal yourself, heal your heart. The chakra highlighted with this energy is the heart chakra. So you can grab stones, like I heard obsidian for whatever reason. So maybe some of you need like protective energy as well. Very, very very much of a good idea under the influence of this vibe. But also, stones that are green, stones that are pink, stones that make you feel loved and appreciated. If you do any candle work, I would suggest you use colors like green, earth tones, things like that can be really helpful. I don't know why it was a strong emphasis, I believe, on Thailand. So I'm going to have to like do some research and see what's been going on over there. Because a lot of my energy was, a couple of words came through during my channeling that took me there. So I have to check in and kind of see what that's about, and watch what happens from this point on in that area. But there will be some huge changes in how we look at money from this point on. Now, I won't say that it's necessarily, it doesn't have to be that it shoots right, to Bitcoin, or now all of a sudden, those stocks drop or go extremely up. It doesn't have to be anything like that, but there is a change happening within our farming, within how we eat, within what we drink. All of these things are being changed. But what I love about this is this confidence that is being reactivated within you and within your life. Don't allow the things that are snatched and taken away to take your full focus off the bigger picture. All right. Because like I said, you have to be careful. Some of you all follow me on Facebook, and some of you don't. But my dog was killed last night. So things like that can happen. All of a sudden, something that you love, boom, gone or changed in some way. So, of course, I wish none of that for you all, but it's just a very realistic part of what these full moon energies can do. That's why you have to be careful. Because if you ignore the signs of the universe right now, unfortunately, certain punishments can be given out. But in general, this full moon energy is really bringing about it certain things that you like. I see this energy of like I said earlier, dreams, wishes being activated, certain comfort that you've been looking for being activated. But I heard clearly that be careful what you wish for, or be careful what you ask for. And I use this example all the time. It reminds me of like when we want extreme fame or lots of money, but when we get that extreme fame or money, we really don't know how to deal with it. Okay, so just make sure that you're very specific in what it is that you are asking for. I don't even really suggest asking for too much under this energy. I more so suggest, like I said earlier, putting out love, sending out protection, things like that. All right, let's see what our love message is under this full moon. What does it say? Worth waiting for, divine timing. Is it work in your love life? In unrequited love, there's not enough chemistry or attraction to keep this relationship going. So some of you are being very turned off in your relationships and the things that you once loved. You're just kind of not really feeling it anymore. This is not a time of forced love or forced appreciation. Venus is the planet of attraction. So it's kind of like when you are a very beautiful person inside and out, people will feel that and they will naturally come to you. It won't be something that you have to overdo. And so some of you are really trying to force something to work in your love life that's not working and it's not going to work. Others of you are kind of waiting by. Like a goddess energy doesn't wait by for things, doesn't just wait on things to happen. They attract it, it comes when it needs to, and they take it as that. It's kind of like one of the worst things that we can do as women and or men is be desperate. And I think a lot of us exude desperation without even knowing that we're doing it, and I mean that in the most respectful way. We do little things like, oh, screw, f love, I don't need love, let's just make something up. Let's say, we keep putting this message out there like, I don't need love, I don't like love, f love, all this kind of stuff. But then, clearly you're crying out for attention, or clearly this is what you want. You're just disappointed that you haven't been getting it. Others of us do things. I used to do this when I was younger, you know, overly try to compensate for the love we didn't get. I used to, just buy my partners things obsessively, or like be too giving, be too caring, and I wasn't getting that in return. And I wasn't even looking for it in return, because at that point I didn't understand what self-worth was. I just knew I should, just keep giving, 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 and prove how much I love people. And then they'll naturally love me because of how much I'm doing for them. But that is actually desperate and that's counterproductive, because what happens is people fall in love with your hand instead of your heart. And they'll always be looking for you to do something for them. And the moment you need them, they won't be anywhere around, okay? Because you never made them work for it. And yeah, anything that people don't work for, a lot of the times they don't appreciate. So I really want us, as us men and women within our divine femininity, to step it up a bit. Step up your game, put more care into how you look, put more in put an emphasis on what you smell like. And respectfully, Venus is that. She loves candles. She loves the simple pleasures of life. But it's also some things we've been overdoing, and we cannot keep doing it. And I see a stomach shrinking. And so what that says to me is our gut gives us, our gut holds a lot of resentment, and our gut is tied to our intuition. And I can't figure out how technically to explain this, but it is. And so some of you all need to practice restrictive eating, if that's a thing. Maybe some of you all need to intermittent fast. Maybe some of you all need to just do a full cleanse. Some of you need to do a yoni steam that came through earlier too. Some of you all have been too big. What is it? What is six? The goddess called poor puss management, or poor wang management. Okay, where you are just sharing your primal sacred energy with any and everyone. That is something that is going to be checked, I'm telling you, by the ancestors. This is not a time to indulge in sexual rituals with people. And a lot of us don't even realize we're performing sexual rituals with people. That part of you is very, very primal and important. And when you're just sharing it with anyone, or never doing any type of cleansing or recharging or yoni steams, a lot of you are holding on to past demons. I know it sounds bad, but it is what it is. Or past dark energies of people who you've been sexually intertwined with. and there is a need to release. I don't care if you hold a bundle of sage to your vagina or your penis and do that, or do a yoni steam, or actively sit in a tub of maybe rose petals or sea salt. You ain't got to get fancy, and just release that toxic energy that you've been holding on to. Whenever you are overly sexual, or whenever you are overly money hungry, it shows an imbalance in those lower chakras, okay? But the heart chakra is specifically what we need to focus on. Now, the Princess of Disc, she kept coming up. So I have to honor her and read this out of the passage of the book, because this full moon is highlighting this tremendously. And so let me find her and read this energy so that we can see what it is that we need to be paying attention to. Okay, Queen of Wands came through too as the activation. So this is the activation of the bad bitch or the bad man, however you want to look at it. I shouldn't say bitch, that's not a good word, excuse me. Activation of the ultimate divine goddess energy. It is just very much empowering and beautiful. Um, and these are just a couple of key words: desire, will, lust, sensuality, creativity, and manifestation. Ooh, that's a good one. Um, yeah, so I love that. This is a payout for a lot of you all. Being an advocate for yourself, but don't force others to think the way that you think. Okay, this is the ideal time to send out a resume if you are looking for work. Your energy is flowing, and it says the queen doesn't run with wolves; they are the wolf, passionate and sensual. They possess a strong life force energy. They're comfortable in their own skin and a champion of individuality. Embracing and nurturing emotional, mental, and sexual well being is a part of their strength. Honoring personal power has gotten them far. Okay? If you pull this card, you may have had a series of well earned success and feel on top of your game. Okay, so this is what this full moon is bringing in with us, for us. So I love that. Nothing more amazing than being able to activate your power and really have a good life. One that lacks suffering. And it doesn't mean that everything is just going to be so amazing from here on out. But because there is a change, there is an uprooting of some sort, there is something that is coming. Uh, Sorry, guys. I hope you all can. Uh-oh, did it pause? Okay, I hope you all can still hear me. I'm going to be a little quick because I don't trust when I talk too long on these lives. Soon we won't have this issue, I promise. Let me just get out the Princess of Disc and then we're going to close up this reading. And so the energy this is bringing is lack of drive, low ambition, um, financial loss. So it is, as I said earlier, it is some unwise spending and poor puss management, possibly, that has been here. And it is in reverse. I'm going to read what this is, what we have to watch out for. It says, if pulled in low vibe, ego-based thinking can equate personal power with outward status and an accumulation of assets. Insecurity, self-loathing, or impractical behavior can be a signal that you're out of touch. This is not the time for risk. There's no room for reckless spending. For some, there's a need to step back from an overload of responsibilities, while others need to take a look at a tendency to shrink duties. Get grounded and have faith that that with proper effort, I couldn't say that, your goals are attainable. So, yeah, for me personally, yeah, it is overspending that I've definitely got a pimp smack from the universe with this year, of relearning how to be smart with my spending. But yeah, this is definitely making me take a step back, because like normally I would go live on Facebook and do a whole bunch of different things under this energy, and I cannot. It's making me take a step back from my responsibilities. And I have to honor this right now because I have to love myself as you do as well. Now, our last message of this full moon lunar eclipse, and I heard stop making excuses for yourself. Some of you all are making excuses for yourself. You will be punished if you keep doing this. Step your game up and walk into this Queen of Wands, passionate, fiery, sexy energy. Get sexy, like look good, feel good, become a new you, become a new man, become a new woman. You're not the old person you used to be. The nodes of the moon are changing. We've been in Gemini and Sagittarius for the last year and a half, if I'm not mistaken. And now we're switching into Taurus and Scorpio. So it is time to put your sexy on. It is time to honor yourself and take care of yourself. Skin regimens, bathing properly. Like I said, putting a little extra, not too much. Don't overdo the perfume or cologne, right? But really love and honoring yourself. In a new hairstyle, do it before November is out, because you don't want to be doing new cosmetic procedures while Venus is in retrograde. December, January, February, March is not really the time for cosmetic changes. This is, you don't really want to do that until April. So you can prep, but this is more of the time to go in and see what needs to be removed from your diet, okay? Or removed from your beauty routine, and possibly replaced with something else. All right, so let's get into our last message. Like I said, I don't want to be too long. And it says compassion. Now more than ever, we need to expand our ability to be compassionate. I'm sorry, I got to bring this closer. I can't see. Now more than ever, we need to expand our ability to be compassionate towards self and others. There has been a trend in shaming and rejecting people who disagree with us, and justifying doing so with using sweeping generalizations. Compassion calls us to remember that every human is a product of their environment and is incredibly nuisance. If we want to, my eyes, Lord Jesus, if we want to be truly compassionate, we dive deeper. We do not build a wall. No matter how correct we believe we are, we must do our best to understand others and their experiences. Their lived experiences have created their truth. And if we want to create a world of connection, we cannot afford to outcast those who do not agree. We have to work hard within ourselves to bridge the gaps. Keep in mind, in some situations, compassion can take the form of a wall or a fist. But most of us humans are not perfect, and we live in in the gray area, good but wounded. And in that, we need intentional compassion and connection rather than punishment. How can you be more compassionate in your current life? Where have you built walls that do not serve you? That's beautiful. Yeah, so the herb is bleeding heart. So look into that. Bleeding heart is it's an amazing, powerful pain reliever, and it is also amazing for those who have experienced trauma. And so that's another thing. Trauma is a word of this full moon too. So see where you have trauma and where you are possibly projecting that into other experiences. It is no longer the time to, keep separating one another. Some of you will go through these revolutions, but these revolutions will ultimately bring you closer to others. Okay, so this is a time of compassion. This is a time of showing love. A very small amount of you will need to build some walls in order to do so, but I trust that you will be able to make the right decision. So I hope this helps you in some way, shape, or form. If you like this video, please share it. Please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. I do love and appreciate you. I send so much love and healing out there to the world under this influence. And if you need me for anything, you can always contact me at crystalneath@gmail.com. And I'll talk to you all later. Happy full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus.